Children, good morning. Back to biology class. And the last system in this life process is an excretory system. So all these days we learn the total the life process, how the digestion, nutrition occurs in the human beings, followed by the respiration. The respiration, the energy stored product, how it will be distributed to all the body parts. That is now followed by circulatory system. Circulatory system play a role to distribute the dissolved energy in the blood. And now the last system is excretory system. Whenever the food is distributing into the body and there is a chance for, and there will not only the chance, there is a extra waste products, it will be the settle down in the system. Okay, the waste products has to be sent out. If the waste products are not sending out, they'll become as an toxic and they'll cause harm to the system. Okay, yes, that which system play a role, that we will study now today. So that particular topic is an excretory system. What is the main aim for the excretory system is elimination of waste products. Elimination of waste products. If the waste products are not eliminated from our body, they are becoming as a toxic. Okay, yes, which one play a role, which one it is helpful in an excretory system. So the last class we studied, for example, if the liquid waste is there, it will be sent out from the body by the help of the lungs. Okay, yes. Now the solid waste, if it is there, then the digestive system through the rectum and then anus. Now if you will come to the liquid waste has to be sent out by the purification of the blood. For that there is a need for the one special part, and now those parts are only called as an kidneys. So the kidneys purify the blood and it filters the blood and it takes out all the nitrogenous waste in the form of an urine. So that has to be eliminated outside. That particular process, it will be carried out by, in the body there are a pair of kidneys. Okay, we are going to study about a pair of kidneys, a pair of ureters, okay, yes, and urethra, and the last part is an urinary bladder. Okay, so all this comes under the excretory structure of a kidney. We have to discuss all the points. Okay, yes, when it's coming to the a pair of the kidneys, a pair of kidneys all the time, just they are like as bean-shaped structures. Okay, bean-shaped structures like this. Children, while you are drawing this particular diagram, you have to observe that one should be a little bit slightly above, one should be slightly down. Okay, yes. So whereas coming to the structure, external structure of the kidney, the outer margin is the convex region. Okay, yes. The inner margin is, the inner is an concave. Outer is convex, inner is a concave. So where this outer and inner, it will be joints, and there we can see the notch-like structure, the gap-like structure. So that notch we'll call it as hilus. The notch is called as hilus. From the notch we can see a funnel-like structure, it will be open, and this particular opening part we'll call it as pelvis. Okay, this is a pelvis. This is notch is called as hilus. Okay, these are a pair of kidneys. Okay, and these are, we'll call it as ureters. Okay, the tube-like structures. Okay, and from here also we can see what is that called? Funnel-like structure. That funnel is called as the pelvis. Okay, from pelvis is open into narrow tubes, and these narrow tubes will call it as ureters. Okay, so where these ureters will be open means the ureters will be open into, this is called as urinary bladder. Urinary bladder, and urinary bladder is ends up with urethra. Okay, children? Yes. So, whenever the last class I said, whenever we are discussing about systems, there must be the action of certain the blood vessels. For example, when we discussed about the respiratory system, and there we studied, what do you studied? The pulmonary artery and pulmonary the veins. Okay, when you studied about the circulatory system, there we learn about the coronary artery and then coronary veins. When you are discussing about the excretory system, only this renal artery and the renal vein play a role here. So what the renal artery will do means it collects all the deoxygenate heart to the kidney and once again from the kidney to the heart, like that. Okay, so the renal artery brings the deoxygenated blood to the kidneys and just it will be poured there. There you have to study here. See this the diagram, please. Okay, a pair of kidneys are there. They are bean-shaped structure. The color is a red in color. Okay, from this we are seeing this is the red one is the renal artery, red is renal vein and the blue one is an renal artery. Deoxygenated blood and an oxygenated blood. From this pair, and we are seeing that ureters. Ureters almost, they are whitish in color and they are open into the urinary bladder. Urinary bladder ends up with an urethra. Okay, so the renal artery, through the renal artery. So whenever this renal artery and brings this the deoxygenated renal vein, oxygenated blood. So like this it will be supplies the blood to the system and then we can see the flow of the blood. It will be goes here and then the purification it will be takes place. Okay children, yes, this is an external part. If you go internally what will happen? How this filtration process it will be takes place? What play a role for to filter this waste products? That we are going to study now. Okay, yes. So externally it has like this the parts, the knots-like structures, a pair of ureters, and ureters are whitish in color. And then ureters are open into urinary bladder when the bladder is filled and then it will be expelled out through the urethra. Is it clear? Yes. So the next one, if you study then internally how it will be, internal structure, how this filtration process it will be takes place. Let me explain. What is the structural and functional unit of kidney? The structural and functional unit of kidney are the excretory system is nephrons. Okay, yes. Each kidney has approximately 1 lakh of nephrons it will be present. Nephrons play a role. They play a role for filtration process. Okay, if you see this structural and functional unit of the nephron, and we'll see the two regions. One is the cup-like portion. Okay, second one is tube-like portion. One is cup-like and second one is tube-like portion. So the cup-like portion is called Bowman's capsule. Bowman's capsule. And the tube-like portions are again divided into three different the tubes. What are the three different tubes means? One is, we can say PCT. Second one is loop of Fenley. Okay, and third one is DCT, and fourth one is CD. Okay, four different tubes we'll see in this tubular portion. Okay, what is the full form of this PCT? The PCT is called proximal convoluted tubule. Okay, and next one, loop of Fenley. It is just like as how our the safety pin it will be, just like that it will be present. Okay, yes, the DCT full form is distal convoluted tubule. Okay, yes, and CD is collecting duct. Okay children, these are the main parts which comes under the nephron. Okay, yes, first one what I said, there is the cup-like portion. So the cup-like portion is less. This is made up of with two membrane, inner and an outer membrane. This inner and outer membrane, together we'll call it as what? Bowman's capsule. So inside this Bowman's capsule, and we can see network-like structure that is called as glomerulus. What is it called, children? It is called as an glomerulus. Okay, how this glomerulus it will be formed? How it will be formed means, so the renal artery, whenever this renal artery, and then there will be the renal vein also, no? The renal vein. So whenever there will be goes inside and they form like as a tubular like structures, and they made up of, or they make the network like structure. That network like structure we'll call it as glomerulus. Okay, is it clear, children? Yes. So now from the glomerulus, what will happen? What will happen means they filtrate. Whenever the blood flow over it, what will happen means they filter the blood. What they will filter it? What they will filter it means approximately 180 liters of the urine will be produced per day by the human being. Are you eliminating the 180 liters of the urine? No, we are not eliminating that. Only the 2 liters of the urine we are eliminating outside. Okay, yes. What will happen to the 178 liters of the urine means it will be gets reabsorbed by the system itself. That reabsorption process it will be begins in the first tubule that is called as an proximal convoluted tubule. Okay, yes. So how this proximal convoluted tubule it will be arises means from the see, it is like as a convolutions. Many convolutions it will be present. Okay, yes. So in this particular portion, this is PCT. In the PCT, just like a rough diagram I am drawing, children, please learn it. Okay, from the Bowman's capsule, PCT will be forms, and the PCT, what is happening here? Reabsorption process it will be takes place. Okay, when the glomerulus is just like as a sieve, Jallida, how it will be sieve the floor, like that what will happen? The fine things, our useful products, they send back glucose, amino acids, okay, some of the proteins and the fats also they filtrate and they will send back. If they'll come out, what is the use? Okay, there is no use. They have to send out only the nitrogenous waste. The nitrogenous waste along with the water, along with the urea and till amino acids, then it will be sent into this PCT, proximal convoluted tubule. In the proximal convoluted tubule, what will happen means the reabsorption process it will be takes place. Okay, yes. So out of the 180 liters, no, out of the 180 liters, 178 has to be get reabsorbed. Okay, yes. So then finally this reabsorbed solution, it will be reaches into the second part. The second part is called as loop of Fenley. Just like I said, no, how that the safety pin, it will be just like that, the safety pin like structure, this loop of Fenley. See how the pin has a U-shaped tube. So like this, the U-shaped tube from the head, the U-shaped tubes it will be come out, and that particular part we'll call it as a loop of Fenley. So now the loop of Fenley is open into the third part that is called as distal convoluted tubule. So this particular process will, this structure will call it as distal convoluted tubule. Okay, yes. Now from the distal convoluted tubule, what will happen, where it goes means, and it goes into the special duct. This duct is called as CD, collecting duct we'll say. Okay, children, the 4 parts are explained here. The first part is cup-like portion. It is made up of with the 2 membrane structures called as a Bowman's capsule. With the help of the renal artery and the renal vein, they will be divided like as an arterioles. Artery divide into like as an arterioles and form like as a network like structure, That network-like structure is called as an glomerulus, and glomerulus is helpful to filter the blood. Useful products sent back to the body in the blood, and waste products along with the water they'll send into the next tube that is called as a PCT. PCT is nothing but proximal convoluted tubule. Then the wall is made up of with. The wall is made up of with semi-permeable layers, porous in nature, so easily reabsorption, just like it's a sponge. How if you pour the water over the sponge, how the sponge takes the water, like that these walls takes this extra content of the urine, and reabsorption process it will be takes place. And only the 2 liters, the 2 liters are sent into this U-shaped tube that is called as a loop of Henle. Loop of Henle, it will be open into the distal convoluted tubule, and here also the reabsorption process it will be takes place, and the leftover urine sends into the collecting duct. Okay, whenever the urine is open into this collecting duct, what is happening? What is happening means from where it will be goes. Collecting duct is open into, see, when you see the structure of the kidney like this, okay, there is a gap, I said, the gap, notch. Okay, from the notch what is opening here? From the notch the pelvis is opening wide. So this wide, this collecting duct, it fixes to this pelvis. Both are just like it's a funnel shape, you know, just they'll fix each other. So then what will happen means, yes, from the CD, that CD is nothing but collecting duct. From collecting duct where it goes, and it goes to the pelvis. And where the pelvis are open, the pelvis are open into ureters. Okay, from ureters where it goes, and it goes to the urinary bladder. Okay, from urinary bladder where it ends up, and where it goes, and it ends up with the urethra, and from urethra, and it will be expelled outside. So this is the process. This is the process involved in a nephron. Nephron play a great role for the filtration. Okay, yes. Sometimes what will happen means nephron fail to filter this blood. Whenever the nephrons are failed to filter the blood, obviously what will happen, the toxic materials accumulate in the urinary system itself, excretory system itself. So in kidneys itself, kidneys fail to do that because of the what is that called, failure of the nephrons. There is no reason for that. Maybe some reasons are there, excess intake of the alcoholic products, or the cigars, or some failure, sudden mutations may occur, maybe the cancer tissues they may develop in that. Because of all these reasons, then the nephrons are failed to work out, and then the people has to go for artificial kidney. Otherwise there is another chance is the transplantation of the kidney. So if as we have a pair of kidney, if there is a needy persons, and we can donate one kidney, and one kidney play a role for the filtration process. Okay, yes. So in case if the transportation of the kidney is not available, then what will happen? Transplantation. The transplantation, the kidneys are not available. In that cases, we can go for this hemodialysis process. What is this hemodialysis process? How they will do this hemodialysis process? What is the difference between this hemodialysis process and the nephron? Okay, this is hemodialysis process is called as an artificial the kidney. Okay, Williams Kolff designed this the artificial kidney children. That's called as an hemodialysis. More to known it is given. If you see that, this is called as a dialysis chamber. In the dialysis chamber is made up of cellophane tubes. Okay, and these cellophane tubes in the sense, just like as the plate-like structures, they are light in weight. They are not such heavy things. They are light. That lightweight cellophane tubes are made up of with semi-permeable layers, porous layers. Okay, yes. So then what is happening here? Just you see that from artery, the deoxygenated blood. Renal artery. From the renal artery, the deoxygenated blood is sent into this dialysis chamber. Okay, yes. From whenever it goes into the dialysis chamber, it has different layers, I said, no, and they have the porous layers also. And this porous layers, it absorbs that useful products, and they try to separate. Semi-permeable means what? Allows only certain particles. That too useful particles, not than waste products. And those waste products, it will be separated by the help of the dialyzing solutions. From down they'll arrange some dialyzing solutions, and these dialyzing solutions move around and they'll separate it. Okay, and they'll separate it, and they at the end they arrange the waste product collecting the chamber. Okay, the waste products, it will be sent out from the body. Okay, the waste product, it will be sent out from the body, and the pure blood which is left behind, once again, see here what they are doing, through the renal vein. Through the renal vein, they are injecting back to the system. Okay, so that is the hemodialysis process. As 180 liters of the urine, it will be produced by the human beings, and only the 2 liters has to be eliminated here. And what is the main difference between our nephron and this the dialysis machine? Means in dialysis machine, there is no question of the reabsorption. Okay, in our daily process, we are seeing that in the nephron, there is a chance for the reabsorption process. Okay, children, that's all for the today's the topic and topic, how the excretion takes place in human beings. 3 topics I covered here: external structure of the urine, kidneys, and we discussed about the nephron, and we also discussed about what is it called? Artificial kidney. The last topic, what it is given, the short note topic, is how the excretion occurs in plants. Excretion in plants. In plants also, there is a need for excretion. Okay, how this excretion takes place? What are the excretory products released by the plant? Means plant releases excretions in the form of the gums. Okay, in the form of the tannins. Okay, in the form of the latex. Okay, etc., or the alkaloids. These are all called as secondary metabolites. Plant gives the 2 types of the products. Primary metabolites is carbohydrates, proteins, and the fats, and the secondary metabolites are waste products. But are you leaving the waste products? No, we are not leaving. Even plant is releasing out in the form of the exudates. Exudates in the sense waste products they are sending out in the form of the gums and the tannins and the latex and alkaloids. So we are depending on this waste products also. Okay, yes. So the plant eliminate the waste in the form of this, and so whenever the leaves are older, so the waste products, it will be sent out. What will happen? The older leaves, it will be the shed out. Okay, yes. From through the soil also, some of the waste products, it will be eliminated outside in the form of the tannins, in the form of the waste products whenever the leaves are the older. Okay, and next when in the form of the carbon dioxide, it is eliminating. Okay, especially in the whole xylem. In the whole xylem also, the waste products, it will be sent out. Okay, children, that's all for this session classes. Once again, we'll meet you whenever we get a chance for you to talk with you. Children, please take a time, absorb these 2 videos, what I am sending, and make a key points. And I conducted already 2 online tests for you. And so of course, some I sent the key, many did the well, and keep it up. And try to do best of yourself, and so we'll see the good result. That's all. Thank you.